We are back. Welcome, everyone. And across from me, I have got LeeAnn Gollahue.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I'm Tammy Grant. I'm with Tri-State Media Services, and we are here to talk to LeeAnn again. I think this is going to be a weekly thing. Now, last week we had some trouble with the scheduling and stuff, but I feel like that we need to do this. What do you think?
I think so. I agree with you.
Yes. Okay, tell us about how was your holiday? Let's go off with that.
It was good.
Okay.
It was a good holiday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did y'all have good?
Holidays are hard, though.
Right.
You know,
All
when
right.
you're on a grief journey,
Right.
holidays are just difficult.
Right.
And I think Thanksgiving
Mm-hmm.
is one that is especially hard
Really?
because you're expected to be so grateful.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I get it.
And don't misunderstand, so much to be grateful for.
Right.
But I've learned that gratitude and grief they're hand in hand, they're partners.
Right.
And one doesn't cancel out the other.
Right.
And
Well,
there's empty chairs and
right. Now, let me ask you this. Do you all have the empty chair setting there?
we don't.
Yeah.
We know where he would sit.
Yes. Okay.
But
Oh, well, I want to tell everybody that she's given me permission to ask whatever I want, and I mean, she's good with it, so don't get all.
yes, absolutely.
There we go. I can hear it now. I wasn't hearing it. Okay, tell us. Okay, let's go back. We're gonna start from the beginning a little bit. You don't have to elaborate anything, but tell us about your journey.
Oh gosh, our journey. I'm a grieving mom.
Yes.
You know, I'm so much more. I've learned that I'm so much more than just that
Right.
one identifier.
Right.
But that one seems to be the one that takes so much of my energy.
Yes.
But my journey as a grieving mom started May 26, 2017. Our 21-year-old son, Cody, was on his way home from working a midnight shift,
Mm-hmm.
and he wrecked.
Yeah.
He was on 64, and somehow he crossed the median and hit a truck. And I saw it on the news.
Mm.
This would happen to be the day before our daughter graduated high school.
Oh, I know. I remember that. It was the hardest thing. You all had to go to graduation.
We did. We chose to.
Oh.
We chose not to make his funeral arrangements until the day after because we didn't want her. We didn't want her to think of her high school graduation date being marred with that memory.
Wow.
So we made his arrangements the day after she graduated.
Wow.
And it was already. I mean, we wanted it to be as much about her as we could.
Right. You have to.
We did.
I mean,
Yep,
you had no
did.
other choice.
We allowed her to choose whether she wanted to walk the stage or not.
Right.
And you may have even been there when we were asking her.
Yeah.
But she chose.
Yeah.
And very strong. Very, very strong. But
I wonder where she gets that from.
Oh, gosh. I think
Mama.
I don't know about that.
I think women in general
yeah.
you have to be strong.
Yeah, she's very strong. Well, her dad was teaching at the school.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was able to give her high school diploma.
Oh,
and
wow.
There was a standing ovation.
Oh.
It was very, very special.
Yes.
Yeah. And they were already planning on doing that before Cody wrecked.
Is that right?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's where, oh my gosh, the trauma of seeing it on the news.
I can't even imagine.
We hadn't even received a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
Elliot had left for work, and he had the news on. I always laugh and say he's so much smarter than me because he watches the news and I watch Lifetime.
Right, me too.
And I don't want anything serious, but he had the news on that morning and had just kind of gone through if you would need me, you're not going to be able to get me. Nobody's going to be answering the phone because it was a district-wide meeting.
Okay.
And so he told me his phone would, be in his desk, but I saw it on the news. So I was getting ready to turn it, and there it was. There was his car. WSAZ reported this developing and breaking story. And
Wow.
so
Now,
it
was you
paid off.
waiting for him to get home at that time?
Mm-hmm. I was waiting. He would stop at Tim Hortons sometimes and would bring me
Oh.
breakfast. So I was waiting on him to come home, but never did I think, that I would see
That
his
is
car.
crazy.
And his car was in so many different pieces.
Oh.
But I still knew it was his.
Yeah.
I knew that it was his. So I tried to call Elliot, but didn't reach him.
Right.
And called my mom and asked her to pray. And because I knew Cody was in an accident.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a little Proverbs 31 woman,
Oh, really?
prays feverishly. I knew she would be
Yes.
praying.
Right.
And so I got my car and was driving to him. Because a mom, that's what moms do. That's
You
what
go
moms
to your
do.
child.
I mean, it wasn't even something that I even thought about. That
Right.
was what I was supposed to do.
Yes.
But I didn't make it to him. We live in Ashland, and I was trying to make it to Huntington and got pulled over in South Point by an Ohio trooper.
Did they know? Were they looking for you at the time?
No, and when I got out of the car, I can remember being on autopilot with my words.
Yes.
And I kept saying, I'm not mentally unstable. I'm a mental health counselor in Ohio and Kentucky, and my husband is a retired Kentucky State trooper.
Uh-huh.
I said, I'm not unstable. I said, I saw this on the news. And he said, did somebody call you? And I said, nobody called me, but I know that was his car.
Yes.
And so they never let me leave. And the reason I stopped was I was certain that they would give me an escort, that they would help me get there.
Right.
And it's taken me a long time to realize that I'm thankful I didn't get there.
Right. Exactly.
Because when he left this world, and there's a picture that we were given, and you can see Jesus cradling Cody. Somebody had driven by the accident site and took a picture. And they took a picture because they said it was the worst accident they'd ever seen. When you look at this picture, this person saw it so clearly that they circled it.
Do you know who gave you that picture?
Was it you?
Yes.
Get out of here.
No.
Did you circle the Jesus?
No, it was given to me.
Get out of here.
Somebody that was driving by there took it.
I did not know that, Tammy.
You did not know that.
I didn't know it came from you.
I didn't want anybody to know that.
I had no clue.
When specifically it came to you all, I did not, because it was asked for me to send it to you all, and I didn't want to.
Oh, my.
Because it was just too soon after that. But then somebody messaged me and said that you all were wanting to see that picture.
Let me tell
because you all knew about it.
See, I didn't know about it, and I don't think Elliot knew about it.
I'll have to go back and look at my messages.
Yes, because, it was a God thing.
Yeah.
So if you got a message saying that we wanted to see it, that was God that did that work. Because from the time Cody wrecked until we received that picture, I kept beating myself up as a mom because I kept saying I failed him, that I wasn't there when he needed me.
Yeah.
And it would make me sick. And it would cause me to get into this deep depression, and I felt like I couldn't move because I failed him.
Yeah.
When we received that picture, only God and I knew this. Even Elliot didn't know this.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
It was unreal.
Yeah.
Even Elliot didn't know that. He knew my grief because I would express it to him, but he didn't know that mom level. That I felt like, he knew that I felt like I needed to be there, but he didn't know how deep, my depression and my hurt was. But when I saw that picture, that completely flipped that script for me. Because I thought, why do you need your mom if you have Jesus holding you? And that picture clearly shows Jesus. I mean,
isn't that crazy?
Yes.
I flipped out when I seen it. I'm like, oh, I cannot send this. You know what? I might have sent that to Irvina, and maybe I don't know how it got about, but I know that somebody sent me. I mean, I sent it to somebody, and
was it Susie Blair?
It could have been. It could have been.
Somebody sent it to Elliot because he had said, I would like to see him because he did the husband thing. He wanted to protect me if there was something that...
How long ago was that after he passed? Do you remember?
It was in May, and I'm going to think that this was maybe November or December.
Okay, yeah, it was a while, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I held on to that picture for a long time.
Yeah, it was several months, but it was around the same time. I mean, maybe it was even January, but I know it was either right around or right after the holidays because I was really struggling.
Yeah. I can only imagine.
Yeah, really struggling that I didn't make it to him. And
Yes.
why did I pull over? And I just kept going. It was like a cycle that I couldn't get out of.
Yeah.
But only God knew that I needed that.
Yes.
And it came when I needed it.
Isn't that something?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Jesus was holding him.
Oh, it's clear as day.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see his long legs.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom sees Jesus and Cody, and then there's a third face over here, and she says it's my dad because he has an elongated face.
Wow, yes.
And so
yes.
did my
there was
dad.
like 2 or 3, wasn't
Yes.
there?
Yep. So Cody, Jesus, and my dad.
That being said, I remember that I got that like 2 weeks after it happened.
Uh-huh.
And they didn't know whether to send it to me or not. And to tell you the truth, I don't remember who sent it to me, but knew that we were close to you and thought that you all might need that. But I just felt like it was just too soon, and I just held on to it. I didn't know what else to do with it, and I was thinking I might have sent it to a couple of people to get their advice on it. And I think everybody gave me the same advice, not to send it.
Yep. Oh, my gosh. We got it when we were supposed to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The timing was exactly the way it was supposed to be.
Wow, that's just crazy
It is
that we
crazy.
found this out at the same time. But I thought you all knew that it came from me. That's the reason I was sitting here like, oh, God.
Yeah, well, Elliot may know. I mean, there's so many things that I think that your brain protects you.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You know, and I definitely remember that picture.
Right.
And that somebody had taken it.
And that helped you get through that holiday, that first holiday.
It continues to.
Oh.
Because whenever I think about, whatever it may be, I'm thinking, he's with Jesus.
Yes.
It does not get any better than that. There's nothing that this world has to offer that will ever separate him from him.
Right.
And to be carried by Jesus?
I know.
I mean, that's...
Holding him like that. It was just like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And it was so crystal clear. There is no denying that was Jesus.
Oh, my. That's deep. Okay, continue.
I didn't mean to get so deep. Yes.
Yeah. I just didn't realize that would ever come up again, because I was going to say something about it on the last podcast, but I was just like, okay, that might be going too, close to everything that happened, but I didn't know that y'all didn't know that it came from me.
Elliot may have.
Yeah.
I just remember that we received it. I remember that he asked to see the pictures, because from this beginning of this journey, he's been he's wanted to protect me.
Yes, and that's what a husband does.
It is. So he asked for the pictures to be sent to him, and he reviewed them.
Okay.
This one, there was
I remember now. I remember.
Yeah, there was no denying. Yeah. And we have been very cautious with this picture because it is so special to us. Mm-hmm. But we know that it's a gift.
Yes. Gift from God.
Absolutely. And with gifts, sometimes you're supposed to share them.
Yes.
Not hold on to it, but yeah.
Did you ever share it with anybody else?
I know Elliot recently shared his testimony with a group of men, and he shared it then.
Did he?
Yeah, and he spoke to a grieving group, I think in August, and he shared it. But we're, because people could say, oh, that's AI generated, or it's this, or it's that.
That was a long time ago, though.
It was in 2017, and it was God generated. There was no AI. There was no nothing.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I swear I don't remember who it was that sent it to me, but they said that they thought that you all should have it and wanted to go through me to do it. And I'm like, why me?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that they did. Yeah. And I'm glad that you were instrumental. So thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome. Yeah. Continue now.
Awesome. My gosh, how awesome. That's where our journey started. May 2017.
Yeah. And it's been 8.5 years now.
Which is, you think about it and you're like, oh my gosh, 8.5 years ago. There are days that it seems like it was yesterday. Yeah. And then there are days that you're like, oh my gosh, there's been a whole life.
Right.
And I find myself thinking, the world went on.
Right.
When I felt like my feet were in cement. The world, but then I had to learn to walk. Yeah. I had to, because the world was moving. Right. And when I can remember thinking that I did not want my life to be destroyed. Mm-hmm. And and that would reduce Cody's life. I never wanted his life to be reduced to where people would say his death destroyed his mom. I
Right.
never wanted that attached.
Wow.
So I thought, did that mean that this journey's been easy? No way. No way. Has there been times that I've wanted to stay in bed? Yes. And I'll tell you, as a Christian and as a mental health therapist,
Mm-hmm.
I think I put extra weight on myself
Mm-hmm.
because I kept thinking, as a Christian, I shouldn't be feeling this way.
Right.
I'm not praying enough. I'm not believing enough. I'm not knowing that Cody's with God. So I put all of that pressure on myself.
Right.
And then, as a mental health therapist, and I had been doing this prior to Cody's accident,
Right.
I kept thinking, coping skills.
Uh-huh.
You know this. You know that this is,
Mm-hmm.
ruminating, these thoughts that are feeding this depression and anxiety. So then I would get frustrated at myself. I'm thinking, you helped people. Why can't you help yourself?
Right.
And I told God that I would never be a therapist again. And of course, that didn't work. It worked for about a year and a half.
Right. You took a little break.
I did. I had to.
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought, how can I help anybody else until I fix me?
Right.
And, there's days that I'm like, I'm not sure that I'm still fixed. But you can at least compartmentalize it.
Yeah, that's what I was
in your
going to
work
say.
day.
Do you
Yes.
ever get fixed? I mean, after a tragedy like that?
I think that you're a different person.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Totally
no way that,
different.
Right. There's no way that you could come out of that the same person.
Right.
Which I'm glad I'm not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Right.
I'm much stronger than what I was.
Right.
And I have said that if somebody did my fingerprints before Cody
Mm-hmm.
and they did them now, that this tragedy and his loss has changed my fingerprints. That I feel like it's
Wow.
changed that much in me.
See, that's deep.
And it's so true. And I really struggle with, who am I?
Yeah.
Because you face this, okay, I'm parenting a child in heaven
Mm-hmm.
and I'm parenting a child on earth. So
Right.
I kept feeling like I was straddling heaven and earth. I never quit being his mom.
Right.
I
You
will
never will.
always be his mom.
Right.
Never will I ever not be his mom.
Right.
Never. Heaven and earth may separate us now, but by golly, I'm still his mom.
Right. Always.
And a good mom defends their child.
No matter what.
Mm-hmm. And a grieving mom, by golly, will do the same.
Plus
it
10 times
right,
more.
Absolutely. Because you're not going to let your child be forgotten.
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Not going to do that.
Never, never. And that's what this podcast is all about.
Yep.
We're going to keep Cody's memory alive, and it will always be
Absolutely.
alive. And we're going to be doing this once a week, hopefully. So,
Absolutely. I agree. I think that's awesome.
and maybe even more. Well, whatever you and Elliot want
Yeah.
in this is what you're all going to get.
I love it.
Me and Michael
We're so
both feel
thankful.
that way.
We're so thankful.
Okay. What are some of the resources that you recommend that people can use through the grieving process?
That's a really good question. I think that every individual has to do what is best. It's such a personal journey.
Mm-hmm.
When you're on this grief journey,
Right.
I used to think before that, it's a sticker or a stamp. Everybody needs to do the same thing. That it's cookie cutter. That's
Right,
the word I was looking
right.
for. But it's not.
Mm-hmm.
I really have said this, that if I'm not offending God and I'm not breaking the law, whatever I need to do to survive this journey is going to have to be okay.
Right.
Doing grief counseling is really important. Finding a peer support group of other like-minded grieving parents is
Yes.
really good too.
Yes.
For some.
Mm-hmm.
For others, you go to these grief groups and it hurts because you carry the grief of others.
Right.
Really faith is so important. Talking to a pastor or getting connected with a women's group.
Right.
But not isolating. I think that's the most important. And with this journey, I will tell you, there's been several times, wonderful support group we have. Wonderful friends, wonderful family. I mean, our family is amazing.
Right.
My mom and sister, I just am blessed. There's no accident that God placed me in the family he did, because my whole life, little second grade LeeAnn, God was preparing me for this journey. So there's no part of my life story that is a shock to God.
Right.
So he has been making me strong for this journey my whole life. Yeah. And that began with my family.
Right.
You know, and how awesome is that?
Yeah.
You know, but even as supportive as my family has been and our friends have been, there were times that I felt isolated because I felt like nobody understood the plight of a grieving mom.
Right.
Because I thought, how do I understand? You know, how do I understand this new role that I'm in?
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody sells a book. You know, you can buy a book that says what to expect when you're expecting.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do the first year of their life? All of these books you can go to Barnes & Noble or Amazon and you can buy. There's not a book that's going to tell you how to parent your child that lives in heaven.
Right.
And you don't stop feeling like you need to.
Right.
You know, when holidays come around or his birthday, I can't help but think, what is he eating?
Mm-hmm.
Is he leaving a mess at his Thanksgiving table?
Yeah.
Is he, is he doing his dishes? Because that doesn't stop.
Right. You've always got to think.
Yeah. Even this past Thanksgiving, it's been 8.5 years since his accident. I still wondered, is he trying broccoli casserole now? Is he eating ham or is he eating turkey?
Uh-huh.
And heaven doesn't work on our timetable.
Right.
And I know that.
Uh-huh.
But while I'm here, my mind still wonders that.
Yes.
Because I'm still his mom.
That's right. And you're in that zone.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, is he keeping his house clean? All of these things. But, yeah.
Well, let's see. What can you do to not let grief consume you?
Oh, gosh, that is a good one, too. I think the key is being mindful. Mm-hmm. And when you're in the beginning stages of grief, it's hard for it not to consume you.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And even years later,
mm-hmm.
When it's around Thanksgiving or it's around his birthday or whatever it may be, it still can feel, all-consuming.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it goes back to what I mentioned earlier, not isolating.
Right.
Finding somebody that gets it.
Right.
Somebody else who, unfortunately, is walking this journey. I have said that I hold a membership to a club that no mom wants a membership card
exactly.
to. No.
Amen on that one.
Yeah, nobody wants. The cost for this club is too high.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants that.
Right.
But I got it. This was a part of my journey.
Right. And you didn't. Well, do you think were you counseled? Do you think that was preparing you for this, or did it prepare you for this?
I think that nothing in my life has happened by accident. And I do think that everything along Elliot's deployments, I think everything has helped prepare us for this.
You had to parent while he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to be that strong role model.
Oh, you've met my mom.
Yes.
My mom, very
Jerry.
Strong. Yes.
Shout out to Jerry.
Yes. Very, very, very strong woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I come from a long line. And I will be honest, there are times, many times in this journey, that I will remind myself of the strong line of women that I come from.
Yes.
And I'm like, you need to saddle up, put your red lipstick on, and go, because you come from this long line of strong women. You've got to move.
Right.
You can't be stagnant. You can't be called to a journey. I didn't ask for it, but God put me on this journey.
Right.
You can't be on this journey and not make it count. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Like, I am not going to let Cody's death be in vain.
Yeah.
Because God has written so much more. God continues to write Cody's story.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh, yes.
I mean,
through Rack.
Absolutely. He continues to write it. People's lives are continuing to be touched. And so I'm going to do my part. There's a Bible verse.
Okay.
Esther 4:14.
Esther 4:14.
Mm-hmm. And Cody's favorite number was 4.
Yeah.
But that Bible verse talks about perhaps you are created for a time such as this.
Mm.
And I grew up in church. And it wasn't just church, it was our life.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I've heard that Bible verse before, but that Bible verse kept presenting itself over and over and over after Cody's accident.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, okay, my whole life, I was created for a time such as this. My whole life has been
Wow.
prepared for this. You know, I didn't write it this way, but God did. So
And you didn't know it was, in your future like
no
that either.
way. Mm-mm.
I know having your mom with you, I'm sure, helped you
Oh goodness, yeah.
to get through that grieving process. Because I know how mothers are. I know how I would be too.
Yep.
I would be right there, and whatever you needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm sure she was like that too.
Yep.
Very attentive to
LeeAnn
and Elliot both.
Yep.
Because she loves
Absolutely.
Elliot just as
Oh
much.
yes,
doesn't
she does. Yeah, yeah, she does.
Let's see. The impact of grief on daily life and future plans. How has that affected the family?
Oh my gosh, that affects the family on so many different layers. Because you think about it, he should be 29. He would be turning 30 in May. So when you think about it, you're like, oh my gosh, he should be married.
Yeah.
He should have probably have children. He should be in his career field. And so when you see friends his age,
yes, I'm sure it's
like,
hard.
You're just like, oh my gosh. It's hard to see them at that age because he's still 21.
Right. Forever 21.
Yep, forever 21. And so you're like, oh my gosh, he should be doing that. But as a family, we planned for him to bury us. Yeah. That was the plan. He and his sister would joke about we would be in terrible nursing homes, and and they would put us in. I
think all kids do that.
Yes, we would have a terrible nursing home, and they would have a cheap funeral so they could have money, and I mean just silly things that kids say to their parents because the plan was for them to outlive us.
Right.
When you become parents, you plan for their future. Yeah, you plan for college. You plan for whatever.
And was he going
to
college at the time?
Yes. Yes. He. I really struggle with this one. This one is no. This one is a hard one. We may table back around to this one.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, he was in his last class. He should have graduated. He took 15 hours this semester, the spring semester of 2017. Had he taken 18, he would have graduated the May before he wrecked.
Oh, okay.
And the college where he was going wouldn't award his degree posthumously.
What college?
I'm going to.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but they wouldn't.
Really?
But, and so I've really had to work to not be angry because it is so easy, for me anyway. Maybe other people are not like that. But, I could choose to be angry that he's gone. I could choose to be angry that this didn't happen the way that it should.
That's part of grieving,
It's a part of the stages of grief.
Yes, and I'm sure you still get angry.
There's things, because I'm not superhuman, there are definitely things that still make me angry. But I refuse. So I may spend the day in bed. Maybe I'm anxious and I feel like I can't leave my house because my house is my safe place.
Right.
Or maybe I'm feeling depressed or whatever it may be. Have those depressive feelings. I'll give myself one day.
One day.
One day.
One day only.
And that's it. So you cry, you sling snot, you do whatever you need to do. But the next day you're going to saddle up. You're not going to lay there.
Right.
Did I do that early on? No.
No.
Because I couldn't. I was still trying to figure out who I was.
Right.
But I have since decided I can't do any good if I'm in the bed. So I better make my days count.
Yeah.
So.
Tell everybody about that red lipstick.
Oh my gosh.
I love the red lipstick.
Yeah. I've always enjoyed my lipstick.
Yes.
Always. But after Cody's accident, I can remember going to the Huntington Police Department to get a copy of his accident report.
Right.
I don't remember if I brushed my hair, I know I had no other makeup on.
And how long after the accident?
It was July the 5th.
July, so May.
And so
like 3 months?
Yeah, well, he wrecked at the end of May. So it was maybe 4 or 5 weeks.
Okay.
Something of that nature. About 5 weeks probably.
That surprises
And
me that you was even able to get out of bed.
I decided that I needed this accident report because I need to see things.
Right.
I needed to understand.
Understand it.
Because remember, I was still in that I didn't make it to him.
Right.
So I was searching for answers. And they had reported that speed was the factor. Cody didn't speed. Cody was so black and white. He was so much his dad. You know, would his mother be caught speeding? Absolutely. But Cody, he wouldn't let us jaywalk. You know, he was a good young man. So I needed answers, and I knew it wasn't speed. And but I remember very clearly, like it was yesterday, grabbing the red lipstick. I mean, I purposely looked for the red lipstick and applied it. I probably look like a circus clown, but I can remember thinking, if I had my red lipstick on, I had to be brave because you couldn't put on red lipstick and be a weak woman. And so I put on this red lipstick and went to the Huntington Police Department searching for the accident report.
So were they willing to help you? I mean,
they were, but it wasn't ready.
Oh,
We had to wait some time, but that's okay. Each time I went, I had my red lipstick.
You had that red lipstick on, no matter what.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter what day, but I had my red lipstick on.
I love that. I've noticed it every time I see you. You've got red lipstick on. Now I know the reason why.
Yep, because you have to be bold.
You got to be bold.
And brave.
And strong.
Yes. Yep.
And that's what mothers do, no matter what.
Yep. You just have to keep going.
Right.
No matter how hard.
Wow. Okay. That's a hard one. What does a typical day look like for you now? After 8.5 years.
Still, even 8.5 years, I have to spend time in the morning. Like I have to get up in enough time to where I spend time to where I compartmentalize, know, and I pray and I spend time with God. Because if I don't let God get in my head before the world does and being a grieving mom, then I'm a mess.
Right.
Then the thoughts come in that I'm a grieving mom. The thoughts come in what I'm missing, which I do miss him. But I want God in my head before I can get in my head.
Right.
And
because that helps you deal.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I have said many times, I don't know how people do this without God.
Yeah.
Because I know that it's hard, but I also know we wouldn't have made it. We're not this strong.
Right.
I should speak for me. I'm not that strong. Elliot is very strong. He's not here. I don't want to speak for him, but I could not have made it on this journey without God. Right. And I believe he would say the same thing.
Yeah, I think both of you all are really strong people, that what you've been through in life is just astronomical. Like, I couldn't even imagine.
I hope you never know.
Yeah, I hope I don't either.
Yeah, I hope no.
It's hard. I mean, I know we were there the day that after it happened, and it was the hardest thing to watch. It was hard to see you all trying to function, and then finally you just went off to yourself. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit for that.
Do you know where we went?
Where?
To our bathroom. I can remember taking Elliot to our master bathroom because there was people all over our house, which we are so thankful for.
Yes,
we're so thankful for our
tribe. People didn't know what to do.
No, and so when I'm sharing that people were everywhere, I say that with love and gratitude.
Yes.
But I took him to our bathroom, and we sat in the bathtub. And it was in that bathtub where I kept saying, God loves me, God loves you, God loves Ellie, God loves Cody. And I would say it over and over and over. And, as somebody who has to make things make sense, months later, I kept thinking, why did I choose the bathroom? And so, and not just the bathroom, I chose to sit in the tub. And, he sat with me.
Okay.
And, but, in life, we're taught that when a big storm comes, you seek refuge in the bathtub. That's where you find shelter.
Right. So that's what you've done.
So without even thinking about it, my biggest storm of life came, and we were in the bathtub. But we were not only trying to find shelter there in the bathtub, we were calling out to God because we knew that foundation, that he loved us, that this was not, we were not being punished. We just couldn't get it to make sense. Right. We still don't. But we trust him.
Probably never will.
This side of heaven, it'll never make sense.
Right.
But we trust him. That's where your faith comes in.
I know that day, I remember seeing you all had such a big support group.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think it's very important
Oh,
when
without a doubt.
anything happens like that and on down through your life. But all these state troopers, Elliot's friends that he had been friends with all them years and worked with, here they all were coming together. As soon as they heard what had happened, there they are.
You knew that they came and got us, didn't you, off the side of 52?
That's where the Kentucky State troopers did?
Because I said I wasn't leaving the side of 52. Where I was pulled over, I said I won't leave until somebody takes me to my son.
Okay.
And so I continued to sit there. There was more Ohio State troopers that came. And finally, so my mom came with Ellie.
Oh, wow.
People started coming to the side of 52, right in front of Walmart, where I was pulled over.
And was it verified yet that it was Cody?
By that time.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, by that time. And because I didn't leave.
Right.
And so finally, some of the Kentucky State troopers came to the side of the road, and that's how we ended up, making it. Because I can remember being very angry at the trooper, because I asked him, I said, "Are you taking me to Cody?" And he said, "Yes." But when I knew when he was cutting across the median and heading back to Kentucky, he was not.
He had to tell you that.
Oh, or I laugh and say I would probably still be there.
Yeah. Still waiting. Now, you're stubborn, aren't you?
Yes.
You're redheaded.
Yes. Yep.
They're stubborn.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Yep.
So I did not know that that Kentucky State. So I guess Ohio State called the Kentucky State troopers. And
I'm assuming that's how.
And that Elliot, how did he find out? I mean, I know he was in his meeting.
He was and to be honest, I'm not sure how. I know he's told me, but to put the pieces together, I think because you are so almost, it's like my trauma is like what is here.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I know he's told me, and it's not that I don't want to listen.
Right.
But I'm not sure how he found out.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I think, I know that he's told me something about my sister went to the school, but I think he got in his car.
Was he at the school? Is that where
he was at? The school. That's where they were having their district-wide meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
the school where he was teaching. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But to this day, I'm still not sure how that played out exactly.
Yeah. And Ellie was probably still in school too at that time.
She was out of school because she was graduating the next day.
Oh, yeah.
So she was at home.
Okay.
And my mom went and got her. But I chose not to take her with me because I was certain I was going to go there and he was going to be fine.
Oh, okay.
So I thought, why wake her up?
Right.
To take her.
That's what you was hoping and praying for.
Absolutely.
Gosh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
This is just been an awful journey for you all.
It has. But if it can help one person.
Yes, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Absolutely.
This journey you're on it for a reason. I do believe that.
I do too.
And if you can help one person, which, LeeAnn, I know you all have helped a lot. Okay, so we talked earlier, and you think 30 or more people have contacted you because they were grieving too?
Yes.
And that's I think God's put you in that position because you are a strong woman. And you know how to deal with it, and you're going to try to help them.
I hope so. I hope that I'm making this journey count.
Well, and I've had people stop me on the street and say, they watched our podcast, the last one, and said that they thought it was great because there's a lot of people that do need help, and they don't know how to get help, and they won't ask for help.
Absolutely. We just kind of live in this society to where you feel like you have to do it alone. And that is probably a message that we have taught ourselves.
Right.
But, you feel like you're a certain age and you're supposed to be independent.
Right.
And, I'm not supposed to reach out for help because people sometimes view that as a sign of weakness. You know, if I reach out, then they're going to think I'm weak.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, once you tell people how they can do this, like if they need help, what can they do?
Oh, my gosh. There are so many different support groups. There's support groups you can find on Facebook. Just definitely not being alone. I think that's my number one takeaway is to not be alone. Because when you isolate, and it's so easy to do that, When
Because you
trauma-
usually want to be alone
you do.
during something like
Mhm.
that.
You do. But that's when it becomes dangerous.
Yeah,
You know,
I get it.
you want to, find like-minded people who
Mhm.
can help carry that
Right.
journey.
Right.
Because you don't want to carry that all by yourself. That's too heavy.
Way too heavy.
It is. So I would definitely say, find a therapist, find a support group, get involved with a church. You know, that is without a doubt. God is my number one.
Right.
And then I would put therapy and support groups and things of that nature, which they're so important, but they would be the
Yes.
number two.
Was you ever angry at God?
Do you know, and this is the honest to goodness truth.
Yeah.
No. And I'll tell you why. I am very thankful for that upbringing that I had at Grassland Methodist Church on Bear
Grassland?
Creek.
Yes.
Because by golly, I was
That's
taught.
where Liz used to go.
Yep, I was taught. We were in a little bitty church, and we
Mhm.
had a little outhouse. But I can remember being taught never to be mad at God.
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful that I was taught that. I've had a pastor to tell me, I shared my testimony someplace, and he told me, he said, it would have been okay if you would have been mad at God. He's a big God, and he gave you those emotions, and I agree with that.
Okay.
However, I know me.
Right.
I know me that if I would have been allowed or thought it was okay to be mad at God, I would have probably been self-destructive. And I probably would have, I know I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Well.
I would not have been productive. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Then
It does.
I would probably just be an angry individual, and that was not the way
Right.
that I was raised, and that's not the way I believe.
Right. I know a lot of people. I've heard people that are grieving ask God, why me?
Now, there have been, I would be lying if I didn't say, there have been times twice that I have said, I don't
can remember twice.
I do remember twice, and they were very defining
Wow.
moments. But I remember thinking, I don't understand. It was never a why God, but because I'm afraid that if I say why God, then He's going to show me
Yes.
something.
Exactly.
So I don't want that.
Yeah.
But
what is that saying? Be careful what you ask for.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I have always been afraid of like why God or being angry. I don't want to do that. But there were two different times that I had learned about kiddos that were his age and they were up to no good. And I'm thinking, but you took Cody and he would have continued to contribute positively,
Exactly.
and you left the hooligan.
Yeah.
And I don't label people, but this was the grieving mom, hurting mom.
Yes,
And I'm thinking,
hurting.
I don't understand how you took one and then left this one.
Right.
But then I finally got to the point where I was like, okay, Cody was ready to meet Jesus.
Right.
I have no doubt where he's at. These boys may not have been.
Right.
And so for that, I am thankful. They have that opportunity to get to know him. Yeah. So, yep.
Ooh. Okay. I've got one more question.
Oh, love it.
What is a question that you wish people would have asked you?
Oh my gosh. Ask me about Cody. I think people are afraid to ask me about Cody, ask me about a favorite memory, ask me his favorite color, ask me his birth date, ask me what he enjoyed for Christmas, ask me a Christmas memory. When you ask me about Cody or you tell me something about Cody, you're not telling me that he passed away. I know that. What you're doing is you're telling me he lived.
Right.
And we want to hear that.
Well, what was his favorite color?
Oh my gosh, red.
Red?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's where the red lipstick comes from, maybe?
Oh my gosh, I never thought of that.
Maybe? You think?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
But you do know that if you have red lipstick, you just have to be.
Yes, and Cody was a strong young man, too.
Yes, he was.
So,
Yep.
hey, that all just plays in together, doesn't it?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about? We're sitting here. We're going to be back next week, but
Yes.
anything you want to say, anything you want to talk about, the floor is yours.
Oh my gosh. I'm truly grateful for our family. I'm grateful for our friends. I'm grateful for our community. I am so grateful for the love that we have received. Thankful for God, first and foremost, and, then the others. So very thankful. thankful for Cody, thankful for our family, our daughter and grandchildren and her husband. Um, I'm a very blessed woman.
Yes.
But in this life, I think to whom much is given, much is expected.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not without question that I know that we were given RAC for a reason.
Yes.
Random acts of Cody kindness. God continues to write. I don't know if you saw the RAC page yesterday.
I've been seeing all kinds of racks.
Yes. There was a gentleman who went to the flat with Giovanni's, and they racked him, and they didn't have a RAC card, so they wrote it on a napkin. You don't have to have a RAC card. You write it down, or you whisper it to them. You do whatever. And
so who racked them? Does he know?
I believe that it was the workers.
Oh, really?
Oh. Because we take RAC cards out there to them often. They'll say, "Will you bring us some cards?" But it's in those moments that people are continuing his work.
Yes.
And you cannot. We're very fortunate and blessed that we have this movement.
Yes.
Continuing 8.5 years after his accident.
Right.
So with that comes I need to be strong for this movement, for other grieving parents. Yes. This journey isn't mine.
Right.
So I'm going to make it count.
That's right.
If it hair lips every steer in Texas. My dad used to say that. He was like, "You're going to do it if it hair lips every steer in Texas."
That's daggone right.
So if you see a bunch of hair lipped steers in Texas, we'll know why.
Oh, LeeAnn, it's hard. It's hard.
Hard.
I'll be honest with you. It's hard to sit here because I knew the family. I knew you all.
Yep.
I know you all, and I know Cody, and it's just a hard situation. But the way we got to look at it is, we're helping people out there, and this podcast is for that reason.
Absolutely.
I do believe that. I believe God put this in mine and Michael's lap to help other people.
I do too.
And I think that this is going to be a good thing for you all.
I do too. And if it helps one person,
yes,
then that's what it's
exactly. Because you don't know what an impact that you can have on a person.
And you're exactly right.
And with that being said, it's you're just such a strong woman. Even if you hadn't lost Cody, you're strong. I guess that's the way you was brought up, with your mother.
Oh, listen, my parents raised me to believe that I could do whatever I wanted to.
Because your dad passed away at an early age.
Yes, he was 56.
Yes, so your mom had to.
She had to be both.
Yeah.
I was 29 and had been married for 10 years, but she still, had to be. She didn't buckle down.
Mm-mm.
You rise.
And she didn't have to buckle down because look at you.
No, she had to buckle down for her.
Okay.
And she chose to rise because they were best friends. She could have, and that's her journey. And I'm not going to tell her story, but
maybe she'd like to come on sometime and tell her journey because this is about grief.
Absolutely.
And it's anyone. I've got a friend right now that she comes down here sometimes, doesn't she, Michael and Cindy? And I try to actually get her to come to sit in and just listen and then maybe join in.
Absolutely.
But she's struggling bad. Her husband's been gone, I think, 2 years, and she's still struggling. And it's kind of, tore the family apart. And I know that part because it tore mine apart when my dad passed away, and he's been gone 2.5 years. But it happens like that, and families shouldn't have to go through that.
Grief is so hard.
Yes.
Grief is so hard.
You shouldn't have to do it by yourself.
No, and that's what I have been mentioning, not to do it alone.
Yes.
There is somebody out there willing to walk this journey with you.
Right.
And you don't have to do it alone.
And I know that you would be right there for them.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
And I would like for you to talk to Cindy sometime, too.
Absolutely. I would love to.
Because I think that would help her.
Absolutely.
She came down here several times and just hung out with us just to get out of the house, And that's part of it.
Absolutely.
It's part of it. So hopefully she'll come out more. We've been trying to get her to, but she just goes in and out, doesn't she, Michael?
Love it.
Okay, well, we'll just end it right here for right
Sounds
now,
good.
and we will be back next week.
Sounds great.
Or you going to be
Yes,
back?
yes, ma'am.
And I have talked to her about her and Elliot sitting here, going back and forth, and letting them have the podcast and do it
Oh my
themselves.
gosh, I don't know if podcast world is ready for that.
I think it'd be great. You all think about it.
Excuse me.
You all think about it, and I mean, if y'all can just sit and talk about your everyday life,
Absolutely.
people are interested. People care. I want you
People
to know
do.
that.
They do care.
And
Absolutely, they do.
even though you all been on this journey for 8.5 years, everybody's been on it with you.
You're exactly right. This is, and that's where I say this is not a journey that we can be on quietly.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
This has been a journey that we have been carried, and
Right.
we know that,
And you
and we're
must,
so thankful.
and you must interact. And
Oh, absolutely.
I know you said Elliot has been doing some talking too.
He
You all
has.
have
Mhm.
you all have you have two, right?
Yes.
Do you
Mhm.
go
Yes.
different places
Yes.
and
Mhm.
talk to people? That's good.
I have done some women's groups and I've
Uh-huh.
spoken at a grief group
Right.
before, but yeah, just wherever they will have me.
And you know what? You all could even bring some people on if they would want. You all really need to think about this.
We
I
will.
think you all would do
Absolutely.
good. Bring people that are grieving and help them to understand. And just one other person could help in so many ways. You have no clue
Absolutely.
and you have no clue really how you impact people, but you are impacting a lot.
I hope so.
All right. Well,
You're
that's
awesome.
I think this is a wrap. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And we hope to see you next week.
I'll see
You and
then.
Elliot both.
I'll see you then. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, LeeAnn.
Thank you.
Do you have a craving for a yummy banana split from Crisp Dairy Treat? Or try the delicious butterscotch sundae? And as always, tell them we sent you.